So here's the letter from Vicki.
Guys, it's the letter from Vicky.
Thank you all for your generous spirit all semester long. I am so sorry I cannot be present today. My father passed away and I am with my family. I would love if you would like to use your time today with John sharing your typefaces. I can't wait to look through them. And if you view them as PDFs on the screen in front of the room, John can video each of your comments so I can hear all that you have to say. Please share 1, what your 2 type considerations were for the typeface design. 2, how you finalized this particular typeface, what your process was, software, or how you created it. And then please, 3, share your quotes using the typeface. Discuss what design considerations you applied, keeping in mind emphasis, unity, tracking, kerning, and scale and format. I will be back during the final meeting scheduled Tuesday, May 10th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'll return your typographical publications and we can share them together on finals day. Be sure that you complete the online final exam. It closes this evening, the 3rd. Thank you for your understanding. Okay. So I have the assignment up here, and each of you can come up in succession and make your presentations. Who wants to go first?
Do we have to bring it?
Why don't we just go in order?
Okay, you're first. So you're going, what you're going to do, let me move this back. Okay, so you're going to go down and find yours and is it recording?
I think so.
Yeah, it is.
No idea.
It's pink, not white. So this is my typeface. It comes in a little like envelope like this, and basically all of the things that you see on there are in here. So wait, why is it? Okay. So on this page, these are the inspirations. I like basically modern typefaces that look like Bodoni or Ditto. So those were my inspirations. I thought about doing I did a script, and then there's a selection tool I got to
To this. All the next edit this with a face.
headline.
Okay. Next.
I don't want to go after that. I can go.
Oh, wait, no, nobody's
Okay. Now, after all that complaining, I'll be very
So
interested to
here's
see
the
what
lady
you've
that
got.
complains often and always, because I always have something to say. Did we download all of them already or no?
Oh, we should have downloaded all of them.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't.
I just did
download it.
mine.
I just have.
Okay, so I had to find mine here somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do I find it in here?
Pull the window over.
You're in there.
So I made a typeface that's called. Can I make this full screen
Drag
somehow?
it to the desktop.
No, this is yours. Okay. Sorry about this, guys. Nope. That's not what I wanted to do. What did I just do? What?
Can you open it in Acrobat?
Yeah. Oh, is this not it?
Oh,
Just
it did
preview.
preview.
That's weird.
They may preview the default. I don't know why they do that. Probably should close the previous one. These machines are slow enough as it is. Is it opening?
Says so.
Try right there again. See if it'll, yeah. Yeah, force quit it and then start it again.
There you go. Just taking my left. Damn it. No,
My
this-
sentiments.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Okay. So my typeface is called Little Fat Simpleness. I wanted something pretty simple. I wanted like thin strokes. I wanted it to be geometric, but still kind of like bold and different. That's where the fat comes in the name. I just drew up some quick thumbnails, and then I just went straight into Illustrator and just started building it in there instead. This is my final result. And here's the mock-ups. These are my 2 posters. For my quote, I put it's in Swedish. It's one of my. I have it as a tattoo too. It says LE and then V in parentheses. It means smile and live in Swedish.
It means what?
Smile and live, and that's pretty much what I'm trying to live by. A few words. Yeah.
Now, aren't you glad Vicki made you do this? Look at what you ended up with.
I could have totally made something way cooler if I had the time.
Well, that's for your next project.
Next project?
Did we miss something?
In real life, I promise you that in real life, you'll never have enough time to do a good job. So you may as well learn to make do with what they give you. Next.
All right. Who is it? Did I put on the right? Refresh it. No. I submitted it yesterday, so it should go. What? Should I log on to mine?
Yeah, you put it
Maybe.
in.
Where?
Yeah, it must
There's
not be
only-
in this assignment
There
folder.
was only one. Where should I look? Oh.
I don't know.
Nope.
Do you know where you put it?
I thought I put it in this, in the typeface design
Search
section.
for your decision name and it.
Where?
No,
Oh.
at the top there, first name and last name.
Oh no, do your left. Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's being filtered out. Go down and tell it to not to filter it. It's at the bottom.
Where did it go? Show only active enrollments?
No.
What the heck?
I didn't see where we are.
Should I log on on the other computer and just see this? Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we?
There.
Okay, who wants to go next? Is this yours? Okay, so you want me to give this to Vicki?
Yeah.
Are you all leaving? You're leaving your paper samples, and I'll take them to Vicki.
Oh, do you want her name? No, she'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So, I
Speak
made,
up. Project.
that's so hard. I call it yin ink because it looks like the yin from yin and yang. And I trying to. I was thinking first, like making some sort of thick type, so then I could put a picture on it and make it look like when you put them all together, it makes a picture, but didn't have enough time. And then I tried making looking like droplets or some sort of ink, but when I tried it in Illustrator, it looked funky. So but then I decided just like to do droplets and then made like that. This is me trying to make the picture look like or the type look like a picture, but it was too thin, so it didn't really work. I looked on the internet to try to find like some sort of gloppy looking type and looked at that and trying to look at how to put pictures in type and
Was that your search term, gloppy?
no, I just looked for fancy type, and then that's one of the fancy types, and it's like okay, these are concepts, and that's the final one. And I just did this part for fun because I thought it would look awesome with color. And this is my poster that I did. This is the
That's the same.
Hold up the other one.
This one here.
yeah, that was on like on the first page.
That's cool.
That's cool. Did you like draw it and then trace it in Illustrator or?
Oh no, like
You just did it straight in Illustrator.
yeah, I was trying to do this one right here, but it ended up failing horribly, so it ended up looking like oops, this one right here, sort of, except without the white. And it was like it totally looked not like it, but then like on the part of the A when I was trying it looked like one of these, so then I just ended up copying it and changing the shape to two different shapes and putting them together, two letters.
Are they all the same shape? It's like distorted.
Yeah, just different sizes. They're all the same shape, but just different sizes and angles.
Cool brand.
That's a good illustration of unity in design.
I like that.
That one shape.
I like your poster.
Yeah. Oh. So, yeah.
Did you do the drawings in Illustrator, you said?
This one?
Yeah.
No, I grabbed a picture, then rasterized it, and then image traced it. Because the image was like really small, so I had to make it somehow make it bigger.
Stealing is your best source of inspiration. One thing I wanted to point out, in Chrome, in the Chrome browser, let's see here. Google has a typographic experiment. Every day they change it. It's really cool. I always go to Google just to see what they've got for the day. So who wants to go next?
I found mine.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, it's there.
Did you turn it in?
It's graded, so I don't know if that makes
That's,
sense.
see, the filter was on for grading. Okay.
That's fine. Wait, will you hand me mine? No. She's gonna know it's yours anyway.
Okay.
Sorry.
So we want
Oh,
filter. Here we go.
no filter.
No filter. Now you're on.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, thanks. No, not that one.
Look at the bio.
This one. No.
When did you submit yours for it to already be graded?
Saturday or Sunday. I wanted to get it done. All right. So this is I didn't make a title for it, but I was looking more at simple, thinner fonts, more geometric. That would be easy for me to do in Illustrator because I've never used Illustrator before. So that was my inspiration, and then lots of inspiration, and then I just did a lot of doodling, I guess, with simple line work. And then I ended up going with this one because it was the easiest one. I took the O and just made all the letters out of the O. So, oops, it's process. And then this was the name, Jellyfish. I'm not really sure why I chose that, but that is that. And then this is the poster. And that's the quote. Well, I was thinking it could be like in a magazine or something, but I made a poster of it like this.
Is that your own saying?
No, I just thought it was funny, so I stuck it in there. It looks, should I pull up a bigger poster? Because I didn't know we were gonna. I have the PDF of the bigger poster too. I don't know. There you go.
Yeah, when you're showing this, try to show it up on the screen so that it gets caught on the video.
All right.
Sounds cool. I want that poster.
I'll print one for you.
I like the color scheme. It's the jellyfish thing.
So you did it all digitally instead of Illustrator?
I was trying to figure out how to use Illustrator, so you can see all of them. It has a piece of a circle in it. That's how I did it. I did the S like that because I couldn't figure out how to get just a straight curve. So.
S's are actually the worst.
Struggled with my S.
All right.
S's and W's.
One thing you always want to keep in mind when you're designing a letterface is that it's legible. Legibility is important. It can be cute and have all kinds of interesting forms in it, but it has to be legible. Otherwise, it's not really a letter form. It's just a kind of design.
Is that kind of legible?
That's legible.
Okay.
I look at it, I can read it even with that S. That S makes sense. And I think that the Google is an excellent example of that because it always says Google, and you look at it and you can see where some really abstract forms are saying Google. Okay, great.
We're sketch twins.
Yes. All right.
Next. Remember, you can come up here even if you only have your concepts. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be done.
There we go. Okay, so I knew that I wanted to make like a sans serif geometric decorative typeface, but yeah, my process kind of changed during the time because I was completely obsessed with like dots in the beginning. Like the first one was like this runic one, like kind of like hipstery, like double lines and like dots and stuff, like everywhere as you may see. And then I made like this rough, which is like more to what I was going for, but it wasn't really it. Then I made this one, which is more like, it's like the previous one, but it's more geometric, like still like a fuck ton of dots and stuff, but yeah. And these two are just like, it's like rounded edges ones. So I'd say like this one and that one are the ones that merged together to make my final version. So here's the first one. It's nearly completely based off that one, so, but it's just neater done. As you like, I like all the letters are based on having 2 double lines and then 2 circles, which I kind of broke free from, like in the later versions. So like the N was really messed up, and the V is like super hard to make, because it just looks like a U if you try to make it a circle at the bottom. Here's my second rough. Here's like nearly the thing I had in the end. And here's the last one. So what I figured out was put a lot of dots in there, but only did on certain letters. So I only did it on the vowels, and I was kind of drunk because I was super stressed out. I was like, oh man, I really like whiskey, and that's how I came up with my title. It's like just all the vowels. It's like whiskey and more. So here's the quote. Whiskey is liquid sunshine. It's yeah. Feels kind of stupid now, but yeah.
I'd like to
There you
see
go.
what you can come up with for dope.
Cool poster.
Thank you.
All right. Next. Go ahead.
So that's my research on Pinterest when looking for something like really looks fluid, like very freestyle and elegant strokes. So what I'm looking for. And when Vicky said that we need to do the typeface in 1 week, I thought it's like it's almost impossible. And
Welcome to the real world.
so I think if I really have to do it, and maybe I should go for something I been always wanting to do or accomplish, or something I really like. So the first one I thought is elephant fun. I searched before, but I never really seen anything that I like. So I think that might be one direction for me. And the second one is a movie I watched maybe a couple months ago as an intern, and that's a imaginary company that Anne Hathaway was CEO, and I just love the logo a lot. I just love it, so I want to do one typeface just like this.
It's really too bad we didn't get into logos here, because when you think about it, a logo is a letter form in a way. And it has to make it's if the logo is successful, when you look at the logo, you think of the company. But that's for next semester.
But everybody, as everybody can see, it's only one capital A, so I think I can create a whole set based on the similar style. So that's how my sketch. The elephant was fun to do, but really hard. It's like take 2 hours to only 2.5 of the alphabet. Yeah, I decided to go with the logo one because I think it's easier to do it in Illustrator. But because on the sketch I do on a very thin paper with wheel, I think if I put in a scanner, it will not show well. So I tape on the window and trace it with the pen marker.
We used to, when I was in business, I used to have all these light tables, and we'd put drawings down on the light tables. There would be fluorescent light, and it would have a glass top, and then we would trace everything that way. And cut those ruby lists that I talked about the other day. Those films, we would cut those on light tables too. But Windows makes a great light table,
It's free.
and it's free.
So I just scan it and put in. First I edit in Photoshop to make it more like black will be black, white will be white, and then I use image tracer in Illustrator to get a shape, and then go into each individual one to finalize it to make it better. It takes me like 2 days.
You know, sometimes when faces are designed professionally, they spend 10,000 man-hours on a really good face, the ones that you pay $200 for. That's incredible. The amount of tedious work that goes into making a commercial face.
So that's the whole step alphabet.
They'll have teams of people working.
You're amazing.
That's
Yeah.
She do this professionally.
Yeah. Yeah, we're seeing some really good work here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What's it called?
I call it ambitious elegance.
Ambitious.
Thank you.
That reminded me of a question that I had that I never really got a definitive answer to, and that is, if you take like a face like, say, Helvetica Medium, and you exactly duplicate that face and make a font out of it, is it legal in the United States or is it illegal?
I think it's illegal.
No, you don't change it at all. You do it exactly the same. Is it legal or illegal?
It's legal, because it's yours.
I think it should be illegal, but I don't know if anyone's like, because it's technically their intellectual property
Well,
if you don't change it.
the letter forms are not intellectual property, but the software that generates them, and if you copy any of the software, that's illegal. But if you take Helvetica Medium and exactly duplicate it by hand and make a font out of it, and you can call it whatever you want, you have to be careful what you call it, because if it suggests Helvetica, then they might sue you on a copyright infringement on that, on a trademark infringement. But it's perfectly legal.
So you could like create outlines and then put them in like Glipper or whatever.
That's right, yeah, and people have done it. Now, the Arial face was developed back in, I think, the 1960s as a substitute for Helvetica. And if you look at the forms, they're different, they're slightly different, but they have identical metrics. And it was made as a substitute for Helvetica because they didn't want to pay the high royalty, Microsoft didn't want to pay the high royalties that I think it was Linotype or one of the, whatever company owns the rights to Helvetica wanted to charge. So that's why they made Arial. So Arial is always a good substitute for Helvetica. And people criticize Arial, but I think it's every bit as good as Helvetica. It's actually more oriented toward a screen presentation rather than print. So it might even be superior to Helvetica in some respects as a screen font.
The T is ugly.
Well, who wants to go next?
I'll go if mine shows up.
Okay, well, yeah, go ahead.
I didn't complete it, but you said we can share our concepts, right?
That's right, whatever you have.
Whatever I have.
See me before you.
Yeah.
You disappear.
Where do I find them again? Because there's only like 3 people showing up.
What's your
Oh.
last name?
No, found it.
Oh, yeah. I had to go to technical support to find out that little trick.
Yeah.
Could not figure out why people weren't showing up.
This is all I need. Well, so the concepts I had in mind, which I guess, like after I saw some of your presentations, you had cilantro on there. Like the font, I mean. I'm just gonna like search it up real quick. No. Well, never mind. We'll skip that part. But it looks very similar to that, where it has these little curves and my quote. I don't have a quote.
That looks cool. It looks similar to how you wrote.
Yeah. I mean,
Can I point something out here?
Yeah.
That Y. What I would do with this is I would spell out some words with Y and see if it reads. Because looking at that, if I were to look at the Y in isolation, I don't think I would know that it was the Y character. But if it works in relation to the other characters that are adjacent to it, then it's fine.
yeah. Honestly, when I write like this, it doesn't turn out legible because I make them all like ligatures. Like I make the whole entire word because like I end up. Yeah. It's like with this, I'll just like connect something else with it, and it just turns into a mess. But it's a concept font, you know.
Cool. Comments?
Thank you.
Anybody else?
I will do in 1 second.
That's it? Oh, wow, that's a short class. Any questions? Oh, what, we got another one, we got another one, okay. As you can see, we don't care if you didn't finish, just if you have something.
I have something.
So yeah, I'm just gonna show you what I have. I tried to make kind of the thick and thin too, but I did my best in the time that I had. That's my roughs. My poster. Should I open it maybe in Acrobat or something, or is it fine?
Yeah, whatever you can use to display it.
Command L is which
That looks better. Yeah, just my poster of my typeface. I call it Spring. Thought it would be good.
I like the reflection.
And here is the typeface. Well, it didn't turn out quite as I thought it would, but it's something.
Did you intentionally condense the first characters and then expand your last characters? Did you do that intentionally?
I tried to, but it looks better on screen.
You know, really, you can design a letter face just for your saying.
Every day is one step closer to summer. I thought it would be good with the spring. And it's just that.
It certainly works with the saying.
Yeah, it's something. That's it.
Anybody else?
Oh, I have my
Oh, good.
posters.
Oh, yeah, we gotta see the posters.
So my process book is incomplete, but
I just printed them like this. It looks the same as the.
Sure, leave them there. I'll take them to Vicky. Be sure that you've left all your printed matter for me to take to Vicky.
okay. I'm just gonna go straight to the other stuff because I put like the link to Pinterest and here's some drawings. Kind of similar to Sydney, where I've never worked in Illustrator before, and so I did with circles too, and I did about 4 different types, like sizes of circles. So the original one, like in the P, and then this one, obviously the circles like larger, and I just took the curves from the larger circles for the rest, and I called it sphere because it's circular. And yeah, and so everything has curves in it, and then I just messed around with an O in Photoshop and made it like with the image of a ball because of the circular stuff. And then my quote is, sorry, an artist's sphere of influence is the world. And it's by Carl Maria von Weber, and it's in a frame.
This is a really cool face. The only criticism I would have is of the S.
The S
two
is,
circles joining, it has a little hink in it,
I know,
which breaks the flow of,
Yeah.
the other letters all flow, and that doesn't.
it was my hardest letter.
I would just cheat it in if I were you.
You know? Okay.
Yeah, just cheat
So,
it in.
yeah,
You
that's,
could use like an Avenir S.
Nobody's looking at it with a microscope.
I don't really know what that means, but yeah, it was hard because I've honestly never worked in Illustrator, so it was really, it took a lot of time.
Use the smooth tool under the pencil.
Smoother under the pencil?
Yeah,
Okay.
that might work.
Alright,
Don't
I'll
quote
try
me
it.
on
Oh, you don't know what cheating it in means?
Yeah, I don't know what that means, sorry.
Well, you set yourself up rules, and the rules are you're using spheres, but then the spheres don't work with the S.
Mhm.
And so you cheat, you break the rule, and you just smooth it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of broke that rule with the Z or Z, which is,
But overall, it's really cool.
and then that's, and then the lowercase s and the,
Oh, you did lowercase too.
I thought we had to.
That's impressive though.
And I don't know why, but my O and my M are like really dark for some reason.
John, when you say just smooth it out, how would you go about smoothing it out?
Where the two spheres and the S meet here,
Do you want me to go to the bigger one?
yeah. Right here. Wow, this is looking all right here.
Yeah,
No, there's, see, there's
it's
a
a
little bit,
slight
there's a little
hint,
bit of
yeah.
a hump right there. You see
I
that
honestly
hump?
worked like 2 hours on
I
that.
see it. I just was wondering how you practically go about smoothing it out.
Smooth tool.
I guess.
Oh,
There's
I
a there's
was
a
gonna-
smooth
I-
tool apparently.
I didn't
I
know.
would-
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I would take the pen tool and just move the points until it's smooth.
Oh, I tried really hard to do that. It took me like really long to work with that. So, okay. And then my posters are exactly what you saw.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. I don't think I've seen a bad face here, really. These are really, really impressive. Next, anybody next? Is any, oh yeah. Sue.
This is my typeface. This is thumbnail. And the name is Shiro and is combined two words. The she, S-H-E, and the hero, H-E-L.
That's cool.
And I found a typeface in Illustrator, and I add the stroke and change the shape. But I forgot to put the original typeface here. But this is my poster.
Oh, Bill, you did the presentation. I didn't see a lot of presentations. Weren't you supposed to photograph it, like
Put it in a frame.
put it somewhere out in the environment?
Yeah.
I didn't see those.
I thought we were supposed to Photoshop them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
Anytime a mock-up.
Okay, well, that doesn't have anything to do with typography anyway.
This is my poster.
Did you have a question?
oh, no,
Oh.
sorry.
So can we squeeze another presentation out? Is he finishing? He's hurrying up and finishing.
He's like, hold on, I'm starting.
Is there anyone else?
Hey, we'll take whatever you got.
What?
You got anything for me? Do you have anything? Yeah?
Oh, sorry, no, I don't have anything right now,
Okay.
but just while we're waiting, how would you go about designing a typeface really simply in Illustrator? Like, would you use the shape tool to just like create things and then duplicate them and add and subtract, or how would you do it?
It's how your mind works.
There are so many different types of faces that really there's no one way to go about it. It's really no different from illustrating or asking the question, well, how would I go about designing a logo or an icon? You have to have a concept in your mind and then be familiar enough with the tools to know which tools apply to that concept. But I don't think there's any like recipe for making a font.
I know, I was just curious as to what you would have done personally.
In this assignment, I would have probably found something and altered it slightly. That's what I would have done. Maybe Helvetica.
Just like use the type tool, type out a whole alphabet and then
Outline it.
create outlines and then just like fool with them.
It really depends, you know, if you're doing a grunge font, for instance, which was popular a couple of years ago, it's less popular now, you would use a brush and maybe a dry brush or a magic marker to make the font. Then you would photograph it, bring it into Photoshop, and then maybe bring it into Illustrator and use Live Trace to vectorize it. So, you know, the difference between that and a geometric font where you're going to use just Illustrator tools to make it is, they're very different. Do you want to finish that up here?
Just like work in front, be like, this is my process, I'm literally doing it.
Yeah, we could see the process in
Like a live process.
yeah, live process. So are there any questions generally about what you have to, I guess you've done everything now, right? You go home and you're done with this class other than coming here. And
What time did you say the final was on Tuesday?
The final is, what is it, midnight or?
No,
11 o'clock?
no, the next week's class.
I think
'cause
it's 11, right?
Oh, it's 11, yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Is it on Tuesday?
The final
Yeah.
online is due by tonight.
Tonight at 11.
No, but like what time is
Yeah,
the like?
the meeting
legitimate-
time is at
Class is
11.
at 11, I think.
Yes.
Is it on Tuesday?
I think so, yeah.
Final
Okay.
schedule.
Is that 11?
Yeah.
11 to 1?
11 a.m.
Yeah, I mean,
That's, I don't know why they don't do the same time your classes, 'cause
I don't know.
people can't come.
That's a
It's
very
fine.
good question.
I agree, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's because
There's always something that goes wrong with that too.
Well, yeah, some people like have 2 classes.
Yeah, maybe you have a job and you're working at that time. Maybe you're teaching school at that time.
Or you have another class.
Just bring your class here.
What if you have another class?
So John, I'll just, if it's okay, I can just come after.
They set it up.
I'll probably
Come
be
when
like
you- come when you can.
11:35, 12.
Come when you can. You've turned everything in, right?
In the
Except this,
process.
except for this.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I think this is our final presentation. Talk about deadline work. There are no deadlines like sign
Just
deadlines.
put on
though.
your last name there.
When there's a,
Click on the.
Okay, I already got
when there's a grand opening and you have to have the sign up, there are no excuses. And there's no excuses when there's a trade show and the trade show opens and everything has to look beautiful. And you can't be there finishing up like this.
How do I
Go
find
up
Go out and
and
then
then
push on
click your last name letter
First letter.
like this?
That was your
under
first name.
last name.
The I underneath.
Your
this.
last name is this.
Yeah, because I have 2. I never know which one. Oh, last name. Okay.
Yeah.
Change your first name.
Yeah, just do the G.
Oh my God. There we go.
This is gonna be worth it.
I don't even how old the letters. How do you?
Oh,
This thing.
drag the download file onto the Acrobat.
Oh, okay.
You have to just dwell on it because it takes a while. Yeah.
Okay. So I have from A to R, and I did I did a very thin font that I kind of did what you were talking about. I based it off on a font that I really already liked.
Yeah.
But changed it a lot, maybe. And let's see, closer.
Did you do it in Illustrator?
Yeah.
I think everyone did Illustrator. Part of no Flipper.
You can draw in Clifford.
I think everyone was just like,
What were the main things you changed?
The shape, for example, the shape of the G, D, C. I mean, all the shapes are different than the font. I just copied the style that it's a very thin font and also skinny. But the curves are different. The G is completely, it's skinnier. The M is pretty similar. I like it how it's like what is this part called? This kind of down. I don't know. Like it reaches the baseline, and the Q is also similar. How what is the tail of the Q comes from the Q. It doesn't just cut it like some letters. I like it this way. Yeah. What else was it? The B is just I used 2 circles to make it this way, and although I'm thinking about changing the B because I feel like it doesn't fit with the rest so much. It's too different maybe.
So when you put the circles on, or do you use the path tool to like?
I use a shape tool and I make an outline and then I expand the outline so that it's like vectors instead of the lines. And then I use Pathfinder to put them together, unite them and stuff.
The
Yeah.
Pathfinder is so tricky at.
You just gotta, I don't know,
Wait,
just
so you just outline the stroke.
yeah.
Did you expand it then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Expand appearance?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did you, wait, I missed it. Did you actually take the font that you got inspired off of and create outlines and then tweak it?
No.
Or you just looked at it and got inspiration
Yeah.
and then built each one?
Mhm.
So you're legal.
I guess so. What I did is I made a shape like a square and put the square right on the edges of the actual text from the one that I got to know how the whole shape of how the, for example, the M, it's more like let's see, the M is more like a square. It's not as skinny as the N, for example, or how. And so I got that from the font. I would measure it and kind of keep the same proportion.
If you're making a monospace font, when you have the M, you gotta really, that's the trickiest letter in a monospace font because you have to condense it down so it's the same as the N.
Oh, really?
M and N have to be the same, right? Because all letters have to be the same width.
And then for the C and the D, for example, I took the same curve and just reflected it. Also for the G.
How do you do J?
The J, I took a stick like the I, and then I did this curve from a circle and then cut it and transform and tweak it a little bit. And then for the N, M, I use a triangle. If you choose the star symbol as shape and you bring it down, you can create triangles. That's how I created one triangle and another one and then morphed it together.
Are the corners rounded?
No, they're cut. They're also not, pointy. I cut them so they're like straight. I mean, let me zoom in.
It looks really soft. Like,
See?
You go to like the peer VR.
Yeah.
This is where hinting comes in really, it's very important if you're making this into a screen font because you can see with such thin strokes, it would be easy to have the strokes appear not to be even.
See, for example,
depending
here,
on where they fall on the grid.
the R is not finished because I don't want it to, see how it
Yeah, it
ends
should
in
be
a,
like the K.
yeah, like how this point here, it's like not completely horizontal. It goes on an angle. I don't want that to be that way. I want it to like sit completely on the baseline. But that's just
How
a
are you gonna
mind.
do that?
Because I expanded up the appearance and now it's a vector. I just cut it. I make a shape like this, and then I with the Pathfinder I cut the bottom. Yeah. I didn't know we talked this much about it.
Yeah, yours was the one I talked most about, didn't you?
yeah.
Really? It's not
Yeah.
much. Okay, I don't know what else.
It was great.
Thank you.
Okay. So is that our last one? No one else has anything? Any questions about anything? What we're gonna do or what we should have done? Anybody want to make a comment to Vicky who's listening to this?
Stay strong.
Love you.
Yeah, we do love Vicky. Okay, well, I guess that's it. I'm going to collect everything and take it home, and I'm going to take it down to Vicky tomorrow morning. And I will see you all here next Tuesday at 11 o'clock, except for people that have to work for a living.
And it's for sure 11.
I believe so, yeah. Look at the schedule to be sure.
Is Vicky coming?
There's a schedule. Yeah. Okay, Vicki, that's it.